Welcome to the sixth episode of the Sports World with Patrik. Continuing on our previous episode, we're going to go ahead and look at who is all in the transfer portal for the NCAA women's basketball. And so let's go ahead and start off with the Pac-12. In the last episode, of course, let me recap a little bit of it. So we did go through the ACC, the Big 12, and the Big East and the Big Ten, who all was in, of course, the transfer portal and where they have went. So let's go ahead and start off again with the Pac-12. First is in for Arizona is Saimatu Koroma. She is transferring to Oregon. Next is Caitlin Gilbert, transferring to LSU. In the transfer portal for Arizona State is Marina Radoke, Sandra Megolico, Journey Thompson, Treasure Hunt, Jada Simpson, and Tyrina Crisp. Of all the student athletes in the transfer portal for Arizona State, Jaden Simpson is the only one to have committed to a school in the transfer portal, and that school is Michigan State. Next is the University of California. Ornella Muka and Kimberly Martin are in the transfer portal for both of them. Neither of them has yet committed to another school in the transfer portal. Next, for the Pac-12 is Colorado. Colorado has Ruti Loomis Gold, Lily Tenuvasa, Shelmy Sanders, Brianna McLeon, Jalen Atchison, Michaela Johnson, and Aroniti Vonsley. Routine Loomis Goltel has transferred to Idaho. Lily Tanavasa has transferred to USC Upstate. Shalomi Sanders has transferred to Alabama A&M. Brianna McLean has transferred to SMU. Michaela Johnson has transferred to Pitt. And Aroniti Vonsley has transferred to Baylor. Next in the transfer portal for Oregon is Priscilla Williams, Kennedy Pasham, Chance Gray, and Grace Van Stulton. Priscilla Williams has transferred to Jacksonville. Kennedy Bashaw has transferred to Arizona State. Chance Gray has transferred to Ohio State, and Grace Van Stulton has transferred to Michigan State. Next is in the Pac-12 is Oregon State. They have Marta Pieszki, Adley Blacklock, Lily Hansford, Dominica Parova, Donalyn Hunter, Talia Von Olenhoff, Tiema Gardner, Reagan Beers. None of these student athletes have currently, at the moment, committed to anybody in the transfer portal. But once they do, there should be some updates on that on the social page. Next is Stanford. They have Kiki Irafen. For Stanford, she is the only student athlete in the transfer portal for Stanford, and she has transferred to USC. Next school in the transfer portal for the Pac-12 is going to be UCLA. They have Kristen Iwula, who has not yet committed to another school in the transfer portal just yet. After UCLA is USC. Caleb Williams is in the transfer portal. Coy Love and Taylor Bigby. Coy Love has transferred to the University of Texas Arlington, and Taylor Bigby has transferred to TCU. The next school in the Pac-12 is Utah. They have Delaney Falcon Hernandez, Lonnie White are the two players in the transfer portal for Utah. Neither of them has committed to another school in the transfer portal just yet. Next is Washington. They have Jada Noble and Nari Long. Jada Noble has committed to going to the University of California. Next is Washington State. They have Kia Ekloff, Joanna Teeter, and Charlie Ledger Walker. Kai Ekloff has transferred to the University of Rhode Island, and Charisse Ledger Walker has transferred to UCLA. And that's all for the Pac-12 at the moment. So let's go over to the SEC. In the SEC, let's start off with Alabama. Alabama has Meg Newman, Allie Craig Cruz, Loyal McQueen, and Aaliyah Nay. Meg Newman has committed out of the transfer portal to DePaul. Allie Craig Cruz has transferred to North Alabama. Loyal McQueen has transferred to Clemson. And Aaliyah Nay has transferred has withdrawn from the transfer portal. So let's go to Arkansas. Arkansas has Jersey Vollenberger, Myra Dauda, Sailor Poffenbarger, Samara Spencer, and Taylor Scott. Jerry Woltenberger has transferred to LSU. Sailor Poffenbarger has transferred to Maryland, and Taylor Scott has transferred to Auburn. Auburn has 3 players in the transfer portal at the moment. They have Kiona Gaines, McKenna Eddings, and Sydney Shaw. McKenna Eddings has transferred to Georgia Southern, and Sydney Shaw has transferred to West Virginia. Next in the SEC is going to be Georgia. Georgia has Stephanie Ingram and Zoisha Smith. Stephanie Ingram transferred from Georgia to Florida Atlantic University, and Zoisha Smith has transferred to Georgia Tech. Next in the next school in the SEC that has a player in the transfer portal is Florida. They have Alberta Rimdahl, who has transferred to Nebraska, and that is the only player in the transfer portal at the moment for Florida. Next is Kentucky. Kentucky has Jordan Griggs, Johnny Walker, Ziana Thompson, Nia Leverett, Brooklyn Miles, Amia Jenkins, Ania Russell, Maddie Scher, and Aya Petty. Zayda Thompson has transferred to Harvard. Nia Leverett Leveretta has transferred to Georgia. Brooklyn Miles has transferred to Pitt. Ania Russell has transferred to Mississippi State. Maddie Schneider has transferred to TCU. And Aya Petty has transferred to Ohio State. The next school in the SEC is LSU. They have Anglica Velez, Joanne Kent, Katari Pohl, and Haley Van Litt. Giant Kent has transferred to Texas A&M, and Haley Van Litt has transferred to TCU. Next in the SEC is Mississippi State. Mississippi State has Naya Yongagani, Jasmine Brown Hager, Ramani Parker, Miracle Shepherd, Daron Rogers. Miracle Shepherd has transferred from Mississippi State to LSU. Next in the transfer portal, next school in the SEC that has players in the transfer portal is Missouri. Missouri has Sarah Littacombe and Maya Dembele. Sarah Littacombe has transferred to Missouri State, and Maya Dembele has transferred to the University of South Florida. Next in the transfer portal for the SEC is Ole Miss. They have Alewa Eaton, Myra Alivi Just, and Zakia Stevenson. Alania Eaton has transferred from Ole Miss to Memphis. Myra Allegis has transferred to Columbia, and Zakia Stevenson has transferred to James Madison. The next school in the SEC with a player in the transfer portal is the defending national champions, South Carolina. They have Cheyenne Jaw, who is transferring to Arizona, and that is the only player transferring from the national champions of the college women's basketball is Cheyenne Jaw going to Arizona. The next school in the SEC is Tennessee. Caroline Striplin is transferring from Tennessee to Indiana. Next, in the SEC, the next school in the SEC is Texas A&M. They have Kylie Marshall, KK Green, Maia Johnson, Sydney Bowles, Tiana Halton, and Jania Barker. Malaya Johnson is the only player from Texas A&M who is committed to another school in the transfer portal, and that would be Ball State. The next one, or the very last school in the SEC is going to be Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has Bailey Gilmore, Bella LaChance, and Ryan Allen in the transfer portal. Bella LaChance is the only player from Vanderbilt committed somewhere, and that is to Furman. And that will do it all for these podcasts about the transfer portal for both the NCAA women's college basketball and hockey transfer portals. So the next topic to be talked about in the next episode of the Sports World with Patrik will be the WNBA, sort of getting everybody ready for the upcoming season that is coming up, starting this in just a few weeks here. It's going to be a very exciting season. So that will do it all for this episode. Thank you.